morning to Coach Chris Crenshaw. Good morning, Coach.
Good morning. How you doing?
Doing good, man. How about yourself?
I've been better, but hey, new day, new challenge.
What you mean? What's wrong? What's going on this morning?
Well, just ain't played well the last 2 days like we had been the past 4 weeks. So, but like I said, today a new day. We got a game today. We got to figure it out.
Yeah, listen, I understand, man. And listen, we all understand, man. It comes with the game of, as Coach Kadar tell me, there's going to be a lot of success, but it's going to be a lot more failures that come with it. That's just a part of the game, especially when you're talking about baseball. And when you're looking at baseball, you're talking about leading up before this week. You guys were on a win streak. You had won 8 straight games. You had closed out some series. You beat up on Mississippi Valley really bad. Had everybody looking at that and was like, whoa, what's going on here? But as we look at your team, talk about what got into your team, because listen, you know me, how I feel about UAPB. I saw the loss in the series to UAPB, but now when I look at UAPB, they are a team that has turned the corner, and they are headed in a totally different direction than what they started. But you guys caught some fire there. Talk about what got into your team on that 8-game win streak there.
We started playing. I got some people healthy. I got some players back. And we just started playing well. We started playing like I thought we were going to play all year. Yeah, but, with baseball, it comes and goes, and it showed up 4 weeks straight. And this weekend, it ain't there right now. We getting some good pitching. We just not getting no timely hits right at the current moment.
Let's talk about some of the players in that 8-game win streak that stepped up for you, because right now I think you have one of the best hitter, if not the best hitter in the nation currently, correct?
Yeah, Cardell Thibodeau. He's been carrying us all year. I'm proud of him. It wasn't a 2-3. It's like you said, it's been all season long. It's hard to discredit somebody that's been doing it 15, 16 weeks straight.
What is it about that young man that has made him the athlete that he is for Southern University?
Man, he just works hard. He's a believer. He has a lot of faith. He comes from a good family. He listens. The list goes on about that kid. He's been the blessing to have, and he's been the blessing of Southern University.
And for Southern in this program, it started April 26th, coming out of that Pine Bluff series. You guys got a 13-12 victory over Mississippi Valley, 21-1 on April the 27th in Game 2 versus Valley. And then on Game 3, you guys won 11-0. Then you headed over to Houston, Texas on May 2nd. You took on Texas Southern, beat them 16-15 in Game 1. Game 2, another close one, 9-8. And in Game 3 on May 4th, 5-3 was the final score there. Then against Alabama A&M up in Huntsville. In Game 1, you guys won 9-8, 11-2 in 7 innings in Game 2. And then, of course, you're taking on Jackson State this week on the road. It was tough. Jackson State got us 8-7 in Game 1 and 8-0 in Game 2. Now, Game 3 is today at 1 o'clock. This will be the last game of the regular season before we start to talk about the SWAC baseball tournament over in Birmingham, Alabama. For everybody else, everybody out there listening, the SWAC baseball tournament is May 21st through May 25th over at Birmingham, Alabama, in Rickwood Field. That's where the SWAC baseball tournament will be this year. But looking at your team, you're talking about your performance against Jackson State, lost 2 games, man. What are you seeing? What is happening right now that you think, just overall looking at the program?
Friday night. Well, not Friday. Thursday night, it was a good ball game. We came back, took the lead late. Just didn't get it done in the top of the bottom of the 8th inning, and then the 9th inning, we had a chance to tie the game up. Controversial call. Replayed it. Still didn't go in our favor. Ended that game, and then yesterday, the pitcher for Jackson, he was pretty good. He made pitches when he needed to make some pitches, and then he made some plays when he had opportunity to make plays. So, and we hit some balls that they ran down and caught. Jackson State played really well yesterday. I'll give them credit to that.
Let's look at the SWAC conference as a whole, and you talk to me about some of these teams as we get ready to head into the SWAC baseball tournament, because that's going to be interesting with a lot of these teams. But we'll start at the bottom. Alcorn State, who's 1-28 in conference play, they're 6-42 overall on the season. You look at Alabama A&M, they're 2-25 in conference play, 10-38 on the season. Mississippi Valley, who's 7-23 in conference play, 12-29 overall. Prairie View right above them at 13-14 in conference play. They're 17-36 overall on the season. Then there you go with Texas Southern, 15-14, the team that you guys swept in conference play. They're 22-29 overall on the season. Southern University, you guys are 15-13 in conference play, 23-25 overall on the season. Jackson State right above you at 16-12 in conference play. They're 29-19 overall on the season. Then we go Grambling State, who's 18-11 in conference play. They're 23-26 overall on the season. UAPB, the Golden Lions, man, have just risen up the charts like a hot record up the billboards. They're 15-9 in conference play, but 17-32 overall on the season. And then Alabama State, who's 21-9 in the conference play. They're 29-27 overall on the season. And then the two Florida schools who have fared very well since transitioning from the MEAC to the SWAC. Florida A&M in that second place spot. They're 23-6 in conference play. They're 29-23 overall. And right now, everybody who's pretty much looking at conference champs and having the projections, Bethune-Cookman right now is projected to win the conference tournament. They're 23-5 in conference play in first place, and 32-31 overall on the season. When you look at these teams, and you played the vast majority of them, for you, looking at the SWAC right now, your thoughts in terms of just the state of SWAC baseball and where it is currently?
It's pretty good. From top to bottom, I would say. Any team can come out and give you a good game. You just got to make the 2 or 3 plays within the game to decide whether you're going to win or lose. And it's competitive. I like it. I think it's good for the conference. And I think the other coaches in the other leagues should take a look at our conference, and we should get a little bit more respect, I believe, just because of the schedules we play and how we play against each other.
Looking at the Florida schools, right? Bethune-Cookman and Florida A&M. What is it about those programs, Coach, that have them in a position that they are in? Florida A&M right now riding a 10-game win streak.
They've been pitching. They've been pitching all year. They've been playing good defense. I think they're one of the top teams in the conference in pitching. I know they're like first in walks. Like, they don't walk you. You got to hit the ball. You got to move the ball, and they make plays behind them. And then they've been getting timely hits, I would assume. I don't think they're scoring a whole lot of runs, but I think they're just scoring enough, and their pitching is doing enough to help. And then Bethune-Cookman, they've just been scoring runs all year. Their lineup top to bottom is pretty good. I think they got a guy with like 20 home runs, and he's been doing it all year long for them as well.
Let's take a look at a team like UAPB. I mean, this team came in struggling out of conference, and they get into conference play, and they kind of find a stride. Guess what? They got a series victory over us. They got a series victory over Bethune-Cookman, the number 1 team right now in the conference. And you look at UAPB, they've risen up the charts right now. They're in 4th place overall in the SWAC standings, man. And you guys went up against them up there in Pine Bluff. What are you seeing about this UAPB team? What is it about them that is making them special this year?
I think early they were trying to figure out who they were as a team. And then in the middle, and when you get into conference play, I don't know who they started off playing with, but I mean, you win your first couple games in the conference. I mean, it carries on. I want to say when they beat us, I think they had swept the week before and maybe won the weekend series before that. So when we walked into them, they were hot. And I was missing 3-4 players out of my lineup. And they beat us handily up there. They played well to their field conditions, and we didn't make any adjustments until the last game to make that one a decent game, I believe. And I mean, and then after they played us, I think they won 3 out of the last 4 series they played. So, I mean, they got a good team. Those guys, those strikes. I mean, they played quality, sound defense against us, and it looked like it's carried on for the last couple weeks.
Looking at even Grambling and Jackson right there, you've had an opportunity, of course, you with Jackson this week, and then you're looking at Grambling. I'm basically sizing these teams up as we get into the SWAC tournament to give people an idea and understanding of these programs. Seeing those programs, talk to me about Jackson and Grambling.
Jackson, they got an older bunch. They got a bunch of older guys. Played a lot of games, a lot of at bat. They've probably seen any and every way you can try to get them out. And then their pitchers are throwing strikes. They holding runners well. Grambling, they just trying to. They just scoring a lot of runs as well. They trying to outscore you. To hoping their pitchers give them a stop so they can run out there and score some more runs. They're having good at bat. But I mean, everybody's neck and neck right there. If you look, it's 5 games in between the last place team and the first place team. That's not a big margin if you look at it top to bottom. That's 1 or 2 series going your way, and you could be sitting in the top 3 spots.
Mm-hmm. Looking at you guys going into the tournament, where are you projecting you guys seed to be for the SWAC tournament?
I think we're going to be like 6 or 7. We had an opportunity to move up on Thursday. We needed to take care of our business, and we let that game get away. So I think we're going to stay in 6 or 7 spot.
And normally that's 6 or 7.
Into the tournament.
Who, for you, looking at that 6 or 7, just as a projection, who are you seeing you possibly going to play in that game 1?
FAM or Alabama State.
Now, you saw both those teams, if I can recall, back doing the Andre Dawson Invitational back in Florida. Is that correct?
Yeah, we opened up conference play with Alabama State, and we played Florida A&M down in Jaguar. Down in Vero Beach.
Let me ask you about those 2 teams, because those are the last 2 teams I'm going to ask, because, of course, they're 2 and 3 right now in the conference. Looking at FAMU and Alabama State, we know Bama State has traditionally, with Southern, been right there in the top of the conversation in this conference. But then you bring in Florida A&M, and them and Bethune-Cookman have made it interesting since being in the conference. But when you see FAMU and Bama State, you've already seen them a few times this year, just being in the same area and then having played them. Your thoughts on those programs?
Both of them pretty good. I mean, if you come out and you play solid defense and you execute your pitches, it's gonna be a good ball game. Alabama State has been scoring a lot of runs. I think across the board, everybody is scoring a lot of runs in college baseball.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's necessarily, not saying that the pitching isn't good, but I think it has the umpires. And I'm not making an excuse, but there are some quality pitchers out there in college baseball right now. And these scores that's going up on the scoreboards is either the umpiring is trying to be too good and they're losing the feel of the game, or the offense is just, it's really good hitters out there.
I've been thinking when I see these scores, they're football scores. I've been having a double look. I'm like, man, did they play a football game today? I mean, you just see the high amount of runs that are happening. And if you can see within this conference, if there's overall what you would like to see an improvement, especially with just talking about from the player's perspective, right? What would you, for you, especially with your program, like to see the overall improvement in what area?
I think the umpiring. I think we're getting really good players. We have really good coaches, and guys are developing guys. I think the umpiring needs to take a step up because, I mean, the arms, there are really good pitchers in our league, but to be giving up 15 and 16 runs, I think it's more of the umpires making the strike zones tighter And I don't understand why they're doing that as well. Baseball wasn't created to have 15, 16-run games. It was meant to be low-scoring games, and we had that for a while. And then I don't know what happened between the last couple of years, but I think the umpire, those guys that umpire, and I'm not taking a shot at them, but them guys got to work a little bit more. They got to take the initiative to come out and umpire games and talk to us. Like it's been like 8 or 9 series that the umpires I've never seen before.
So that could be, I hear this. These days, you hear it across all levels of sports, even on the football side, baseball, basketball, where a lot more has been put on the umpires. And, there has been, I guess, nationally a shortage in different areas. So trying to prepare guys and get guys to get out there, I think has been one of the most crucial impacts of trying to get guys prepared. I'm actually going to a baseball umpire meeting today. I'm thinking about getting in that side, Coach. So I don't want you to be critical if you see me out there, with a tight strike zone. But no, that's just a joke. But I'm actually going to a meeting today because there is a shortage on some areas when it comes to officiating, regardless of the sport. And a lot of times, maybe it is a situation of them trying to prepare guys and get them in situations to get out there and call these games for you. But before I get ready to let you go, Coach, talking about that, man, talk about just as we get ready to end the regular season, some players on the team for you that have stepped up, because I know you were talking about injuries, but just for you so people can know the names of some guys of this team that have done some good things this year.
Nick Luckett, he's a 10-game winner for us. He's been a staple in our pitching staff all year. Peyton Huff is another guy that stepped up. Renard Grace, he's been solid all year. And then on the offensive side, Cardell Thibodeau, Taj Bates, Jalen Lucky, Jalen Mack, KJ White, Benny Bakar, behind the plate, Dom and Rashard Graves, they've been serviceable behind the plate. And Jacoby Ratcliffe, he's taking a big step forward for us offensively. He's always been good defensively, but he's been really good. And then Cam Bird, he's been holding his own for us. So we just got to get it going again. We had it. We showed we could do it. We just got to get back to doing it.
And talk about your staff as well. You don't do this by yourself, man. You got some guys out there helping you to get you prepared for this SWAC baseball tournament as well.
Yeah, I got Brock Bond, infield hitting guy, TJ Perkins. He's been with me the whole time, and I got a grad student, Justin Wiley, that plays shortstop here for us at Southern. And I got Justin Tucson as the undergrad assistant.
Well, Coach, man, I wish you guys good luck. Of course, when it's Southern and Jackson State, we don't care what. If we're flipping coins, racing down the street, it don't matter. We always know what that rivalry is. And these are two storied programs that we know in this conference when it comes to winning a lot of games. It's Southern and Jackson. And we're not talking football. We're talking baseball. We know these two programs are known for traditionally winning championships and winning a lot of games. And so good luck to you guys as you end the regular season today, Coach. And good luck to you guys as you get ready for the SWAC baseball tournament, man.
Thank you.
All right, everybody. That's the voice of Coach Chris Crenshaw, the head baseball coach at Southern University.